Hello guys, welcome back to Cybergamer TV. Myself, Tobi Wan Kenobi, taking you through what is this shoutcasting weekend. It's the first time we got Mark 1 of the CG studio up here. Of course, I will be joined not by Cinderin yet. He will be joining me later on in the weekend. Instead, I have Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed. We also have Dro Ranger. She was swiped from SMM and had weirdly things done to her. But she'll be joining me for this shoutcast at the moment. Of course, we do have a GSL match for you. Now, GSL, as everyone will know, is not currently being streamed out. Instead, they have released replays. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we do have some content to actually pump out to you for an English shoutcast. So we're going to basically jump ourselves straight into that game by doing this and by doing this. And there we go, we're into the game. You don't have to look at my ugly mug for anymore. So we do actually have Deity going up against Nirvana CN. So if you were listening in before, we had Nirvana CN going up against LGD. This time it is Deity as their opponents, and the live match, which will be coming up to you after this match, will be LGDAU going up against Nirvana CN. So basically, we've now just non-officially dubbed this as Nirvana CN night. I'd also like to know, yeah, there we go, we're just going to jump ourselves to speed 8 because I really don't want to sit through the entire draft and band. It's really, really cool to watch them, but making the players wait for us, like, who cares? So let's get ourselves into it. Deity will be playing against our Sentinel side. We'll go into the Scourge, and it will be Nirvana CN. Funny enough, exactly the same side they played last time. Going into our bands right now, Alchemist SF, so the SF, which was literally what won the game. It was YF, if memory serves me correctly, that actually played that one and just was able to get a great start. They went for a level 1 Roche Strat Nirvana CN. They managed to take it. LGD almost came back around the 15-minute mark. Will happen this time. Obviously not, because SF's in the ban pool. Let's slow it down a little bit further too, so I actually have something to talk about coming through this one. So Pugna, SF, Alchemist all being taken out. Doombringer, Broodmother, and Vengeful Spirit also being removed. Now, obviously, with VS taken out, VS and SF were the ones that really coupled up for Nirvana CN's last lineup for this one. They won't be in it. Instead, they'll actually have Lion and Syllabear coming up. Lion actually being one of the heroes which Nirvana CN actually removed. Just basically remove the big heroes for all your support. Instead, he'll be in the lineup this time. Syllabear, of course, one of those big heroes, which is debatable of what happened. If you listen to LGDAU, they said they played it first at SMM. If you listen to the Chinese, they say, oh no, we played it in other tournaments earlier on, so we were the ones that invented it. Obviously, Syllabear's been around for a very long time, especially the Radiance push on the back of him too. So it is. Well, we'll just keep our eyes open for how they actually play it and not get really caught up on logistics of who actually created what. Witch Doctor was the third pick coming up here for Nirvana CN. If you have a look over towards Deity, we see Visage once again coming out. Now, Visage, they did try this last time. He was okay. He wasn't fantastic. He was okay. It worked okay. Batrider was actually banned. This time he's actually been picked up as well. So great initiating ganker. Look for that lasso to really come in, especially off the blink and then lasso. You can pull them straight out there and Firefly them right over an area where you cannot follow. Because Firefly had a great escape mechanism as well, allowing you to move up and down any terrain. You've literally just got to burn the crap out of it. It's the only downside. So greenies, I apologize. There will be trees dying tonight. Windrunner is the first pick that did come out from there from Deity. So just showing them that if you want to pick a trial lane, that's not a problem. We have a Windrunner. And even then, Syllabear, you'll be looking to see him solo up. Sven was the fourth for Deity that actually came out. Silencer coming up as the fourth pick from Nirvana CN. Not a bad hero to actually get. It will actually help to actually lock that Batrider in place, stop all those horrendous shackle shots from going off, and of course that Sven initiation for his blink and Stormbolt stun, which of course is that area of effect stun, which can really be damaging. CM is coming out though, so they're not even really going to care. There'll be Mana Galore to spam up spells up later, so they're going to shut down that Silencer nice and early on, make sure he is not a part of anything here, because the second you get that stun on him, they can continue it up there. They've got enough to do so as well. They still have that triple stun, and of course you do have that stun that does come out from CM as well. Enigma is actually our last pick up for the Scourge, as we will roll ourselves off. Please tell me they actually enabled spectator mode. Yes, we had a spectator in the game. Woo, yeah. So we should actually have our entire menu board, which we didn't have last time, but we have this time, for everyone out there to see. So we will actually have 111 for Deity playing as Sven, Zippo, Visage, 186 playing as our CM, Long Didi playing as our Batrider, and Ferrari will be playing as Windrunner. Over for Nirvana, HY once again going into the support role. We saw it in the last game, seeing it this time around. He's going for Witch Doctor. YS is playing as our Lion. ZS playing as Carry Syllabear. Of course, we know him from our last game. LM. Actually sharing it around a little bit. I actually really love this, the fact that LM now playing as our Silencer. The ESing DGC will be actually playing as Enigma this time around too, so looking to actually go into those neutrals. Of course, I don't actually have to guess about it. It's not SMM. The players can't hear me, especially considering it's a replay. So we can have a bit of a look around. So we have ZS moving his bear up towards that middle lane. Might be using himself as a bit of a bait. He is hanging outside near that Roche pit. Let's have a look where the rest of the Scourge are. So Silencer and Witch Doctor, they're moving around inside the Scourge neutrals. YS, more than likely solo line in the middle lane, is where they'd like to put him. And Enigma DGC with 3 Clarity Potions there will more than likely be wanting to actually kick through the top there. We see a little bit of a power spike coming through. I think we are still all right. It's just the aircon kicking back on again because it's freaking hot here in Australia. But yeah, so Syllabear actually leaving his bear up there on the top lane. So using his bear to actually scout out both runes at the time. The Invis rune is where it's going to be at. Deity do have control of that one. Sven picking that one up. So it's going to be a little bit of a cautious play here for the next 30 seconds until he actually reveals himself. ZS now moving himself down on that bottom lane as well. Wants to go solo, because still the bear great solo there on the bottom lane. And we're going up against Long DD as the Bat Rider solo on the bottom lane too. So the bear making the very, very, very long walk back towards that bottom lane just so he can save himself a bit of mana. Lions here in the mid lane. He will die here. YS now going for the Impel, trying to bring down Ferrari, do whatever harass he can. I'm really, really surprised Ven didn't actually go for that one. Maybe they're just waiting for the Shackle to come out from Windrunner. Or does she have Power Shot? Level 2, if they do get that snipe, it will be enough there. As we do see YS just try and block that lane down a little bit further there. Interesting to see Sven not really initiating on that stun. It would have been a good opportunity and possible first blood. Not going to do it this time around. 186 up there on the top lane. Looking to push it out as far as he can, just harassing from the side there. Getting a couple of denies on his own creeps there, Zippo. Nothing but Deity heroes up there on the top lane as we look towards the Silencer Witch Doctor stun. So it's a tri lane as in comes Ven. There goes the stun. They want to bring down HY. There's going to be no backup stun. So, well, it's now the tri lane in full force up there on the top lane. Going to push Silencer back a little bit further. Force them to tower hug it there. But with 3 heroes, the lanes always push themselves out. And YS going to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief there on that middle lane, because now we can really go head to head there with Ferrari in the middle lane and not have to worry about that Sven. Then again, Sven hanging himself inside the trees, keeping himself out of vision. So there is still a little bit to worry about. They're just waiting for a little bit injured HY to move himself down. HY actually happy to play the beta here, coming a little bit lower there, allowing Silencer a little bit of a high ground to actually bait it off here a little bit further. As Visage is trying to get a little bit more aggressive, pushing himself back there. Sven still not wanting to show himself off there. Brilliant's Aura is flying the field now. He's up to level 2 CM, or she, I should say. So there is a level 1 Aura flooding that field, which will be very, very warmly welcome. Power Shot flying off through the middle there. A bit of a sidestep coming out there from YS. Very, very fast on those reflexes. Wants to make sure he does not get caught out by that Power Shot. Obviously doing a little bit of damage. It's never a good thing for the health. Regenerating up there on the top lane. He has, well, he's just using it for mana right now. Make sure no one else gets it. Bat Rider down there on the bottom lane. Now selling up one item. Probably going to pick up boots. In fact, he does so as well. Just moving himself back out of it. Lone Druid to level 3. Magic Wand charges galore. And of course, that's the best item he could possibly have there on the bottom lane. Every single time the Napalm goes out there from the Bat Rider, he gets himself a charge. So, obviously, it just slows himself down, and then he's got all this health as well as energy to actually pop off a little bit later. Great Impel going off. More harassment on Ferrari. Ferrari's going to be careful. He's a chicken now. 1 hit. Possible. Another hit. YS doesn't pull it off. Windrunner moving inside the trees with 15 HP. YS gets hit by the tower. Will actually munch on his last tango and doesn't want to pop off the healing staff just yet. While all this happening, Enigma still free farming. Ring of Basilius actually just gets completed there with another Clarity Potion firing out there. So keeping those consumables rolling out towards the big man. Bottom lane being pushed out now. Long DD having a great old time, just basically flaming up everything, forcing Syllabear to actually push it back there. There goes the tri lane initiate, so missed that one up there on the top lane. But it was HY getting harassed down once again. Better HY than Silencer actually dying up there on the top lane. That's the best thing I can say right now. HY is going to be quite happy. Save game will come out. Of course, we see no pause when that one actually happens because we are here on the save game. So a bit of a flick of the screen is what actually happens. Top lane still able to harass out there. LM just coming a little bit close because he's now forced down a little bit further. We do see HY now rejoined up towards that top lane. So the support hero is back again. Of course, Enigma still hasn't appeared up there on the top lane. Wait for that black hole and then they'll get everything back up there on the top lane. They won't care that HY actually died. When Enigma comes in and puts off that black hole, then all hell starts to break loose, and you probably walk away with 2 hero kills if it goes right. Of course, you will start the bouncing stun that will hold him in place, the melodies on top of it, and then the pure damage that can come out from those glares from Silencer. So it's a great combination as we see Long DD actually kill Silverbear down in the bottom lane. He was really battling it off a hell of a lot. Top lane also getting harassed here. LM now gets stunned. He's still inside the trees. They can't get the last hits. There goes the last hits there. Sven getting hit by the tower. Magic Wand charge. It's not enough to actually save him. He will go down, falling back there. So support goes through, and HY actually gets the kill. Enigma can't keep farming up there forever. They need to shut down this tri lane up the top lane very, very fast. Now with Silencer actually going down, so that's 1 kill apiece up there on the top lane, or 1 death apiece, I should say, there for the Nirvana side up there on the top. TP now coming back in again, so Silencer rejoining his teammates up there on the top, just trying to push that Visage back. So hard to bring him down. And I'm not quite sure why he actually went for the Ring of Basilics up there on the top lane. Sure, it gives that a little bit of early mana, but he will have to sell that one later for a different item. Lion almost up to level 6 too. He can roam himself up. They might actually wait for him to leave. Get the full hero gank up there on the top. Great work here by Silencer, just keeping that Visage back, pushing him back as well. Wish Doctor, great harassment. Now the bouncy stun goes through. It does hit CM twice. Bounced off a creep to actually do it first hand. Now he's going to go for the second one. Silverbear now getting stunned on the bottom lane as Sven back in there again. Lasso goes off as Long DD actually held in place at the moment by the Silverbear Bear. What a play. He gets brought down to a minimal basic of health there. Sven forced back as well. And Silverbear ZS, what a great play there coming off top lane. Enigma's finally coming out there. Ferrari goes down up there on the top lane. Wish Doctor actually follows very shortly. It's 2 kills down up there on the top. Sorry, 1 kill down the top. As top lane will fall themselves back. Enigma as well as Silencer. Wish Doctor was the only casualty of war that time, so HY once again taking a fall. A great play there by ZS. Missed that kill up there on the top, but I think it was well worth it to actually watch him hold Long DD in place. Of course, you see that entanglement roots, which does come out from Silverbear, and that's why he is so feared. That bear able to push it through, and then pull it back the second you think you're actually going to damage. Even then, just pulling the bear back the second the attack was actually timed there by Sven. Enigma now ready to push out this top lane. Frost goes through, forces LM a little bit further back there. 186, great harassment to come out from the CM. Look for the healing sub. Actually pops off there from Witch Doctor on the back of LM right now. We see Windrunner using that regen room. Wants to actually catch up here. YS picks up the DD. He might pop. There goes the DD. Is there an impel? There's a shackle. He's only now just got enough mana. There goes the Hex. He won't have an impel just yet, but he will have enough in just a moment. Mortar bottle charges going off. There goes the impel. 1 hit, 2 hit, no finger. The wind is on. He actually manages to avoid the first attack. It will hit up the hill. He still needs 1 more hit. There it goes. Is enough. No, bottle charge is still enough. The DD is still up. Can he catch him? 1 hit. Bottle charge has also been kept alive. Zippo's getting kills up here on the top lane, but I don't want to take my battle off this line. Great shackle. 15 HP. Can YS catch him? Ferrari's on the run. YS goes out back towards the top lanes where we should be. It was Zippo getting the kill up there on the top lane. I think it was Sentinel. Actually, no, it was the other way around. Zippo was the one dying up there on the top lane. As push does come through. Tier 1 tower does go down. So top lane easily pushed out right now. Enigma's on the ball. Of course, conversions have come out left, right, and centre. They are using... Who's got a Ring of Basilius up there at the moment? Or is it? It's the CM Aura. It's the CM Aura. Actually, it's Devotion Aura too. Oh, snap. It was actually the Ring of Basilius coming out there from Enigma. I was even looking at the twit. Sven now looking to actually come up there on the top lane. They're not quite sure who they're actually going to face there. HY still has that ulti. Stun goes out. They're going to try and shut HY down once again. Trying to fall back there. Silencer does come through. Silencer should actually be able to kill CM right now, while also dying himself. Can't get the last hit off there. Great stuns come through. Visage Gargoyles will drop from the skies. Not actually needed. They'll just do the damage the old-fashioned way. And Zippo walks away with a double kill up there on the top lane. So he's going to be a very happy chappy. Of course, Zippo playing as our Visage, so he needed to be in the neighbourhood for that battle. Silverbear still trying to push out this bottom lane, just pushing that back. Oh, Silverbear, I would love to know your farm. Let me click on you and know your farm. I can't because it doesn't actually work that way. Not this time around. Farm 675, 20 for 5. 8 minutes into the game. 24 for 9 on the back of YS going as a solo. Long DD and 39 for 14. You go, girl. That's absolutely fantastic farm coming out for a player. Obviously, you are able to use that fire, and it does help you get those last hits in there. But to do that up against a Silverbear when you're being harassed that much, obviously early game when you actually go a Silverbear solo lane,